Mealworms in my boot. Not too long ago, I asked Instagram to help me pick out a few chickens. Somehow, I ended up ordering a few, more than a few, 7 to be exact. And now I'm preparing for those 7 little dino birds to come live with me. This one here is Hinata. He was originally named after this Hinata. He ended up being named after this Hinata. I did order my chicks online. I did order the chicks. What the hell? I did order the chicks online from a hatchery, so they're going to be shipped to me, which is always a little stressful. But the reason I did that is I am not zoned to have any more than 1 rooster. Hinata was actually supposed to be a hen, ended up being a rooster. I can't risk that again. The hatchery I bought from very successfully sexes the birds, so I don't end up with any more surprise roosters. Legally, I can't. But he is my favorite bird. Everybody else that lives here, Bismarck, Ryan, the kids, especially Ryan, are terrified of him. He's just so good at his flock protecting job. That's me, you dummy. Hey, stop that. I think he thought that my black pants were Bismarck. He also doesn't like shoes that have anything circle on them because I think he thinks they're eyes and he will attack. I've brought Bismarck to a safe place. Was that so scary? Oh, you're okay. I know he didn't get you. You're okay. Oh, my sweet boy. Between the chickens, kids, plants, Bismarck, just trying to keep everyone healthy and safe around here. I've been doing my best to be very intentional about the beings that live under my care's health, Bismarck included. So lately, I've been giving him Better Wild's allergy chews as part of his daily routine. I like that they're made with natural ingredients and also how easy it's been to integrate them, which is something very important to me because between all of the critters living here, it can get a little chaotic. So thankfully, he really likes these. They're super easy to give him. I love that he views them as a treat. Look. Good boy, so polite. But really, it's a daily supplement to support his gut health, skin health, really overall immune system. Killing like 4 birds with 1 stone with this. And if you guys want to try Better Wild for yourself or your dog, preferably your dog, you can go to betterwild.com/HarleyG or scan my QR code on screen here. For an exclusive Better Wild offer, you'll only get through my link. And if you use code HarleyG at checkout, it'll stack on top of already discounted pricing. Be sure to scan or head down below to let your trusty canine try them out. Bismarck likes them. Okay, so now I need to figure out where these chicks are going to live. Come with me. I grew up my whole life with chickens, and obviously now I have a few of my own. 8 at the moment, where Joanna, one of my almost 5-year-old chickens, died recently. It just made me realize that my flock is aging. Hens do naturally slow down on their laying as they age. They are definitely getting to that point. They all still lay, but it is definitely slowing down a bit. All along, I knew eventually I would want to get started on the next generation of my flock, you know, so that I can have eggs for my family. And now is honestly just the perfect time. This is my plant room. Currently houses the rest of my shop plants, which I am going to be doing my last and final defoliage fix restock this weekend before the chicks arrive. So hopefully this room will be a lot more empty when they get here. They are going to live in here. Some things I'm keeping in mind. This is the basement. It gets a little chilly, so I need to make sure I'm able to keep them properly warmed. It's a lot easier now that we're going into summer, but better safe than sorry with baby chicks. They need to be very, very warm. I've made the mistake. So here I've got carpet, a rug, a towel, so that it's up off the cold cement floor. I've just done some scavenging and I found some supplies. Very apparent to me now I'm missing quite a few things I'm going to need. For example, this is the waterer. I cannot find the top of it. It's been 5 years since we had chicks, and I guess I lost the top to that. What I do have on hand are the bin, this handy dandy lid that I'm going to be putting on top. I have a young cat in the house. This is going to be a new venture for me. Last time my cat was like 20 years old, so she was not interested in the chicks anymore. I definitely need to have a lid on here. This will be perfect. I have no idea what it's from. A warming plate. The chickens, you raise and lower this piece and the chickens can sit and squeeze under there to be warm, because baby chicks, day-old chicks, need to be 90, 95 degrees. They will go downhill fast if they're too cold for too long. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it a wipe. So as far as other things I need a new waterer. I would just like wing it and go with what I have, but chicks are kind of stupid, okay? And maybe I'll get hate for saying that, but they are kind of stupid and they will drown themselves in a vessel of water. So that's why the chicken water is kind of important to me. I don't want to find any drowned chicks. Okay, I also need to get chick food, chick grit. I'm gonna do puppy pads in this because I'm gonna have to change the puppy pads out constantly. It'd just be so much easier to keep it clean over time. Chicks poop a lot. And yeah, this is kind of small for 7 chicks, but the first week, I think they will be just fine in here. And then I can reevaluate if I need to move them into something bigger. It also helps how I was talking, like, I think this might be the perfect time for this. It's starting to get really, like, we had a 90-degree day the other day. So by 3-4 weeks, they should be able to go outside through the day. Oh, another little thing, if anybody was wondering, how you know what temperature they can tolerate is first week, 90, 95 degrees, okay? From there, you -5 degrees for every week, and that's an easy way to keep track of what temperature they can tolerate. Oh, and then I'm also gonna get them electrolytes. It's nice that I'm getting 7 chicks because they can help like cuddle together and keep each other warm. If I was getting fewer chicks, it wouldn't be as easy, like that wouldn't be as much of an option. I had to get that many, see? Yeah, so this is gonna go in here. I'll do it this way. Yeah, this barely fits, but it's fine. This on top. I've made note of what else I need. I'll definitely be sure to grab that before they get here. Now I want to tell you about what I ordered. And yes, I got carried away. If you keep chickens, you already know chicken math. It is a real thing and I don't know why, but it is. And it got me. Oh, and I definitely need to mention Monday, May 18th, the day this video goes live, is the day my chicks are set to hatch, and I'll get them in the following day or 2. That's so exciting. Oh, I love baby chicks. Me personally, I really like having a flock with variety. I want to be able to tell the individuals apart, and I'm sure with multiples, like that's also possible, but not as easy as having different looking chickens. I think there are a lot of benefits to having chickens that look very different from one another. The breeds lay different colored eggs, which is something I get a lot of enjoyment out of, just collecting a basket of rainbow eggs every day. Chickens are individuals and they will have their own little individual personalities, but a lot of that is definitely influenced by breed. So it's fun to like figure out the personality of the different breeds. That's just a fun part of it to me. I love getting to know my chickens. All right, so I'm gonna throw up a little photo of each of the breeds I got. And the very first one I got that the second I saw it, I knew was gonna come live with me is a lavender Americana. These are beautiful. I don't have any lavender chickens and they just have such a pretty coloration. I do have a blue Americana now named Emily and she just lays the brightest blue eggs. They're gorgeous. She's a very consistent layer and I kind of foresee the same from a lavender Americana. I'm very excited to add a lavender to the mix. These eggs are so pretty. The next breed I knew I really, really wanted to get was a blue laced red Wyandotte. I do have a silver laced Wyandotte right now, Babe. She has the funniest personality. She's so curious, so bold, and like always the first one to come inspect me when I like sit in the grass or go outside. She has a very fun personality. So before I got her, I had been on the hunt for a blue laced red. And yeah, I'm excited to have one in my flock. They're so pretty. Honestly, she's one of my least frequent layers, but I just enjoy her so much. I'm very excited to have another Wyandotte, and she does lay medium, large, like kind of tan eggs. Sometimes they're a little pink, which is cool. I'm also getting a Swedish flower hen. I think these are gorgeous. They can look very different hen to hen, so I'm excited to see how my hen's coloration will develop as she feathers. These ones lay closer to white colored eggs. I don't have an experience keeping these. So pretty. They're all so pretty. So this one's gonna be really fun. Another one I've wanted for a really long time. I think it's called Elisa Steele's Cookies and Cream. They're black and white speckled. They can have some bearding on the cheeks like an Americana, or they can have like bigger feathers on their heads. So they can be really pretty, and I just love how much this one stands out. I will be honest with this one, I am just slightly worried because I don't feel like this hen is going to be able to blend into my yard as much. So I think I'm going to need to make sure to keep a closer watch on them whenever I'm letting them free range, just because this one is so like starkly colored. I think it might draw in some hawks or be an easy target for hawks. And this breed also lays white eggs. I currently only have one white egg layer. My Polish, Sally, took her longer to start laying, but now that she's started laying, she is my best layer. I can expect an egg from her 6 days of the week. Honestly, this Cookies and Cream was kind of my most impulsive pick, and I was going to pass on it, so I didn't end up getting so many hens, but then Ryan told me that it's the one he thought looked the coolest, so of course I had to go for this one. He said he liked that coloration, and I'm trying to make him love keeping chickens, so it had to happen. It had to be done. I also ordered a Jubilee Orpington. I do have a blue Orpington now, and she is huge. She's a little bit of a bully, and honestly, one of the more like, she's not timid really, but she just doesn't have any interest in getting to know me or spending any quality time with me. She is usually back at the pack when the flock's gathering around me. She lays that same kind of tan, creamy colored egg, and this one is brown with some very beautiful speckling, kind of similarly to the Swedish flower hen, but I imagine the Orpington is going to be much, much larger than the Swedish flower hen, so that'll be fun. And I love a big, like, kind of fat looking hen. Hopefully the two Orpingtons can be buds because they are both large and in charge together, you know, because she is by far my biggest hen. Like, she stands out from the rest for sure. Another one I knew immediately I wanted to get was a Wheaton. This one is very different colorations from the other hens I have. So again, it will be easy to tell hen to hen. Like, I don't know, I just like to be able to look out my window and do a head count, make sure I have all the girls, and seeing the colors helps me to do that easily. It's also just fun, like, variety is the spice of life, as they say. And yeah, I think this is a really cute hen. I'm very drawn to chickens with the bearding on their cheeks. And these lay green eggs. Like, not right now, my green egg layer is an olive egger. She lays olive colored eggs, I guess, olive egger. This one lays more like minty green eggs, which will be so fun to add to my egg stash rainbow. Last chick I'm getting is a golden cuckoo Morans. Their heads are like golden creamy colored, and their bodies and tails are like black and white, black, gray, white. So I don't know, they have this cool gradient in their feathers, which is very gorgeous. But honestly, the biggest reason I chose this hen is for the eggs. This breed lays very dark speckled eggs. By far, my favorite eggs to collect are the speckled ones, which Ruth, my black copper Morans, lays slightly speckled ones, and Kitty, my well summer, lays very speckled ones. So it's fun to see the differentiation day to day in collecting those eggs. They're so pretty, so cool how they have that speckly pattern to them. And yeah, it's just a fun little like bonus every day to get to see what these speckled eggs look like. I mean, honestly, collecting eggs every day is like the best. Rye loves going out there with me to collect the eggs, so I'm very excited for when I can start expecting the new flock additions to start laying, which should be like 4 to 6 weeks or months from now. So hopefully we'll get a few eggs of them through end of fall time. I'm genuinely so excited for this next chapter of my backyard flock. I've always, since I was young, really wanted to be a chicken lady, and here I am. Young me is so thrilled. Old me is so thrilled. This is just such a fun beginning for a new chapter of my flock. The boys were around when I originally got chickens, but you know, they were really young. I know it was fun for them, but I think this is just going to be a whole new experience in raising these chicks with them. I hope that they learn so much and feel inspired to grow their own food, learn to care for other little beings, and have a solid, like, symbiotic relationship with the earth that way. And maybe that sounds dramatic, but that's truly how I feel. So it's gonna be an experience. I'm very excited to have you guys joining me. Again, the day this video goes up, my chicks will be hatching, so definitely stay tuned. I will, of course, be sharing the cute chick journey with you. Yes, they're just so cute and tiny and fluffy, and it's gonna be so fun. Okay, the brooder setup is partially together. I have a better idea of the things I need to pick up before my chicks arrive, but it's definitely starting to feel real now. Can't wait for there to be baby chicks living in my house again. I already know I'm gonna get so attached to them. And if you are wondering, well, where I will be next week, here, holding some baby chicks, multiple baby chicks. So yes, I'll be back in just a few days to show you the new chicks. I hope you're as excited and ready as I am. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you next time. Bye.